purpose of DAFaid is to get people back on the road as quickly as we possibly can. We work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Busy times on DAFaid are all the time, 24/7, but we do have peak times between 6 and 8 in the morning and between 5 and 7 at night. These are when depots might be getting the vehicles ready to go out, so they'll be phoning us with any problems that they find when they come first thing in the morning.
You just need to kind of be prepared for anything really, and just be on your toes to handle the calls.
I've worked at DAFaid for the last 11 years. We have a wealth of experience on the team, and that's essential when you've got different customers with different requirements for their breakdowns. You can't buy that knowledge, it takes time and experience.
Well, at DAFaid our call response rate here is to aim to achieve 85% of calls answered within 10 seconds. When someone phones through to the control centre, they're speaking to a person who knows what they're doing, who knows what they're dealing with, is a real person, is someone sat in the UK in the same country as the customer, dealing with the job in real time.
The DAFaid control centre will dispatch calls to one of the DAF dealer networks. There's over 130 dealers. It's the largest commercial vehicle franchise network in the country.
We take the call from the driver or from the operator of the vehicle when it's broken down. Then we pass that breakdown out to the local dealer that's closest to the vehicle.
The dealers operate the same as the control centre, so it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We analyse the reason the vehicles are breaking down. Once we've got the information, we can then stock the vans accordingly with the right parts.
When we put the registration number into our system, we have an alert pop up to say whether this vehicle has broken down before. This helps us so that we can check to see if there's any potential related previous faults on the vehicle.
On average, we have a technician on scene in 47 minutes.
DAFaid incidents are prioritised both in the control centre and at dealerships.
Technicians might be in the workshop, they might be out on the road, then that work ceased and they go and do the DAFaid breakdowns.
Typically, we'll have a vehicle back up and running in 96 minutes.
DAFaid implement a link and chase process. This is to ensure that the customer is fully updated all of the time. The technicians will call in with updates into the control centre, and we have to then pass that information on to the customer, and they have all of the information all of the time. DAFaid customers get help from ITS, International Truck Service, if they have a breakdown abroad. It means that they can still get the roadside assistance that they require even when they're travelling internationally.
So whether you're in the UK or you're abroad, we've got you covered and we'll get you sorted.
We handle in excess of 60,000 jobs a year. That's about 280 jobs on a weekday. Over 80% of those jobs will be repaired at Roadside.
Well, in the last 24 hours at DAFaid, we've had in excess of 300 calls, which means we've got 300 vehicles in the UK and Europe back on the road. It's just another day in the control centre, and that's what we do.
The best thing about my job is helping people, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. It's when you make that final call back to the operator and say your vehicle's back on the road, and you get that great big thanks ever so much. That makes it all worthwhile.